Dissociation. Separation of some aspects of mental functioning from conscious awareness, leading to a degree of mental dysfunction or to mental conditions including dissociative identity disorder. To me personally, dissociation feels like a disconnect between my perception and my senses. I experience it as a constant feeling of numbness. It's something I go through when my PTSD is triggered to a large degree. To the outside world, it looks like I'm just zoning out, which makes sense, because that's what's actually going on when I've dissociated. When it happens, people tend to comment on my blank stare. I have never experienced dissociation to the degree of derealization, feeling completely detached from reality, or depersonalization, forgetting who I am. It's probably for this reason that I first attributed my dissociative episodes to my ADHD. It makes sense, because people with ADHD also appear to be zoned out or spaced out when their thoughts wander. Nonetheless, dissociation is different, seeing as it involves a sort of total emotional numbness, in my case, at least. It also messes up my short-term memory, because everything around me becomes fragmented. Disconnected. I don't know how to put it, but when I dissociate, the impressions I go through are no longer connected in my mind. I therefore find it hard to focus on or follow anything that people are trying to tell me, when I experience dissociation. When I tried ketamine for the first time, I found the sensation to be quite similar to what I go through when I dissociate. Users say that it makes them feel dreamlike and detached, or chilled, relaxed and happy. The same holds true for dissociation, at least in my case. Anna Silman, senior writer at The Cut, explains that
ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic, meaning that it numbs your body and makes you feel apart from your environment, like you're watching your own life happen instead of living it.
As long as I don't have to deal with any responsibilities, such as work or other tasks, or having to socialize, I don't mind going through dissociation. Several others with PTSD appear to feel the same.
I find it actually pleasurable and relieving. I guess what is triggering it is just the opposite. I would say in therapy I wish I could live dissociated for the rest of my life. I am by nature a kind, caring, trusting person. This is probably what allowed me to end up being abused and bullied. People who know me will say that my dissociated persona is like a machine. I have no feelings and become aggressive. Only thinking of me. When you're sensitive and ill, the world can be a tough place to manage. I've since kind of blended the two personas so the world is easier to navigate. Instead of dissociating now, I can separate and set up healthy boundaries while still maintaining my more empathetic side. The machine allowed me to be very successful in business. I've been retired since I was 49, so it's probably why I liked being dissociated. The problem is, it's not conducive to healthy relationships. And even though I am introverted, I still needed human contact. It caused my divorce, but getting healthier allowed me to have a successful marriage to my second wife, and I have good relationships with our 4 daughters. I also have friends.
Other people appear to find it quite frightening.
It's a trip. Life feels like a dream. You question everything. Is this real? Who am I? Am I dreaming? This has to be a dream. This can't be real. I don't exist. I experienced this about 4 to 5 years ago and it was terrifying. Just hopeless. Something you can't escape. I really don't even know when it began or how I got over it.
I suffered from depersonalization disorder for about a year. I would carry out day-to-day tasks the whole time thinking I was imagining them. The whole world seemed surreal. It was quite scary. Nothing seemed real/existed at the worst moments.
When I do have to handle responsibilities, dissociation is very hard to deal with. My tendency to dissociate did not only affect my academic and professional life, but also my relationships with friends and family. Over the past years, some of my friends occasionally made fun of how I would always ask a simple question, such as "What are your plans for the weekend?" or "What's for dinner?" To which they'd answer, "Of course," and I'd inexplicably forget the answer, asking them the same question 5 minutes later. A lot of people around me didn't find it amusing, however. They got annoyed, or weirded out, and started taking it personally. They assumed I didn't care enough about them to remember the things they told me. I even lost a few friendships over this. It was very frustrating to me, since I was trying the best I could. I'm so glad to have worked through a lot of my past trauma and to be over a lot of that now.